G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now, just recently I've been doing a lot of unboxings. In fact, all of the things I've been pulling out recently were in this box. So guys, I have one more item left and I'll put my hand in here and pull it out. And this is it here. It's actually a CD. This is John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band Greatest Hits. Now guys, if you haven't heard of John Cafferty, you're really missing out, because this guy is the voice of Eddie and the Cruisers. I'm sure some of you have heard of that film. It stars Michael Paré. It's a very, very interesting rock and roll film. They did a sequel as well called Eddie and the Cruisers 2, Eddie Lives, but Michael Paré didn't sing in those films. The guy that did was this guy here, John Cafferty. Now, I just had to have this CD. This is a recent release. I think this came out in 2021, I believe, and it has all of his greatest hits on here. He really was the voice of Eddie, and what a voice this guy had. So I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I mean, I don't buy too many CDs these days, but guys, to have the voice of Eddie and the Cruisers, all of his greatest hits in one package, I mean, you can't beat that. And guys, if you're a fan of rock music, you'll want to check this CD out too. So come with me as I unbox John Cafferty's greatest hits. So this is the cover of John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band Greatest Hits. That's John there in the center. And I'll flip it over to the back, guys, and as you can see, there's a great shot of John on guitar with his Hollywood shirt. And not only is John Cafferty the voice behind Eddie and the Cruisers, he also lent his vocal stylings to some great songs that appeared on some Sly Stallone movie soundtracks. By the looks of things, there's 16 tracks on here, guys. This was released in 2022, this album, and now we're going to take the plastic off. So let's try to get in here. There we go. I've got it. And let's see what's inside here. So yeah, great looking disc. Nice shot of John and the boys on there. And let's take a look at this here to see if there's a booklet. And there is. And let's check out the liner notes, shall we? So yeah, 2022. Great shot of John and the gang. And man, there's some really neat write-ups and some of the songs here. I mean, I didn't expect a booklet like this. And man, there's some reading to do here. By the looks of it, he's talking about Wild Summer Nights, Tender Years. Some of those Eddie and the Cruisers songs, there's some details on those. There's another great shot of John. And man, this is really, really cool. I think this gives you some background on the band and these songs. And that's a great black and white shot. Man, there's John again on stage. John singing. There's the boys, the Beaver Brown Band. And wow, great shot again. So there's a really, really cool write-up in this booklet, man. And hey, this is the song list. These are the greatest hits. There's 16 songs in total. And man, I wasn't expecting a booklet, but that is really, really cool. So if we flip it over to the back, guys, let's just run through a couple of these songs. I mean, it kicks off with On the Dark Side, which is, you know, that signature Eddie and the Cruisers song. We've got Wild Summer Nights from Eddie 1. And guys, the list just goes on and on. There's some really, really cool songs here. And by the looks of it, it finishes off with Pride and Passion, which was from Eddie 2, Eddie Lives. So guys, there's some great tracks on here. I mean, you've got all those Eddie and the Cruisers songs, and you've got some songs from those Sylvester Stallone movies. Voice of America's Sons is actually from Cobra, and we've also got Hearts on Fire from Rocky IV. So John Cafferty was really on the scene in the 80s. I mean, he lent his voice to those Eddie and the Cruisers films and those Stallone films, and he is just synonymous with a great rock sound. So guys, John Cafferty's greatest hits. This is really, really cool. I'm so happy I have this in my collection. So there we have it, guys. John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, greatest hits. And I really appreciate the sound that this guy produces. I think he's a really unsung rock star. And guys, if you talk to people about rock music in the 80s and you bring up John Cafferty, some of you sort of think that he sounds a lot like Bruce Springsteen, and I can understand that, but John really is his own thing. I mean, Springsteen's another. And guys, John Cafferty was the voice of Eddie and the Cruisers. He, of course, didn't get into the film, but he definitely left his legacy behind with that signature sound. So guys, tell me in the comments below, do you appreciate John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band? I certainly do. This should be a great album to listen to. I mean, I've got 16 tracks in a beautiful little bundle here with a great booklet. I just can't wait to check out this booklet and give that a good read. But guys, please share with me your John Cafferty memories in the comments below. Have you seen this guy live? And what do you think of the Eddie and the Cruisers movies? I have some of those soundtracks as well in their full form, but it's great getting a compilation like this that has a little bit of everything, including those Sly Stallone songs. So guys, I'm really happy with this purchase, and I've just realized I should get rid of this box. Finally, here we go, guys. And man, I may be back to talk about John Cafferty at a later date. But until then, guys, keep watching the 80s show, and you will never know what is going to pop up next. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. Get involved in the discussion, guys. Tell people about the channel, and of course, subscribe. And I will see you all again very soon with another episode. But until then, this is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and just as dynamic as a John Cafferty album. Play it again, Eddie. Please subscribe, and good night, viewers.